Christmas University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. 2 heats remain to be played in this year's alumni competition. In this short series, there's only enough room in the semis for the 4 winning teams with the highest scores. Now, at this point, Balliol College, Oxford and the University of York are mathematically safe, and 155 is the score to aim for if tonight's teams want to join them. Now, established in 1826 by disciples of Jeremy Bentham, UCL is London's oldest university and the UK's second largest. Tonight it's represented by a vet and zoologist who has written more than 20 nature books for children, and as a presenter on CBeebies encouraged them to join her on a mini beast adventure. Her recent work for grown-ups includes the Radio 4 series Wild Inside, which explains the anatomy of extraordinary animals. On her left is an author whose 36 novels have sold over 181 million copies worldwide. They include the 2021 thriller Never, about a global nuclear crisis, and the best-selling Pillars of the Earth, which has been adapted as a miniseries produced by Ridley Scott, a board game and a video game. Their captain is a comedian, writer and actor whose credits include Have I Got News for You, Just a Minute and The News Quiz. She's also a trained forensic IT investigator who worked for several years at the Serious Fraud Office. Their final player studied at the Slade School of Art, where she's now a professor. Between 2010 and 2018, she also served as the school's first female director. She's regarded as a pioneer of new media art, with notable works including Land, a series of time-lapse portraits of Jerusalem, and Underglow, a light installation that illuminated London's drains. Let's hear them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Jess French. I graduated from UCL with a degree in zoology in 2010.
I'm Ken Follett. I studied philosophy at UCL in the swinging 60s and later was made a fellow of the college.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Ria Lena. I went to UCL and did my PhD there in viral bioinformatics.
Hi, I'm Susan Collins. I'm an artist and I got my fine art BA from the Slade School of Fine Art, UCL, in the 1980s.
Their opponents tonight are representing the University of Aberdeen, one of the ancient universities of Scotland. First up is a graduate of its medical school, which lays claim to the oldest Regius Professorship in the UK. She's an author, practicing GP and science writer, with a particular interest in debunking poorly evidenced health claims and policy. She's also an academic at St Andrews and a regular contributor to Radio 4's Inside Health. Their second player began his sporting career as a sprinter before switching to track cycling in 2008. His medal tally since then includes 2 Paralympic golds, 5 Commonwealth golds, and 14 World Championship golds. He holds several world records and in 2022 was awarded an OBE. He's also a best-selling author. Their captain is a BAFTA-winning director whose films include an adaptation of Irving Welsh's Filth, the biopic Stan and Ollie, and an upcoming account of the legal battles surrounding the video game Tetris. His next project is Stonehouse, the story of the disgraced MP John Stonehouse, who faked his own death. Completing the team is a professor of soil forensics at the James Hutton Institute and Robert Gordon University, whose research and expert testimony has helped resolve over 100 criminal cases. She also consults with crime writers and television producers, advising programs such as Vera and Silent Witness. She was the inspiration for the character of Professor Inglis in Ian Rankin's Rebus series. Let's meet this year's team from Aberdeen.
Hello, I'm Margaret McCartney. I graduated from Aberdeen University with a medical degree in 1994.
Hi, I'm Neil Fahey. I graduated with a degree in physics in 2006 and was awarded an honorary doctorate in 2013.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm John Baird. I graduated from the University of Aberdeen in 1996 with a Masters of Art, Combined Politics and International Relations.
I'm Lorna Dawson and I graduated with a PhD in soil science in 1984.
In case you've been living under a stone for the last few years, I remind you of the rules. Starter questions are worth 10 points, bonuses are worth 15 points, and there's a 5-point penalty if you interrupt a starter question incorrectly. Right, fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Who said this? If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. If an elephant has its foot on the tail of a mouse and you say that you're neutral, the mouse won't appreciate your neutrality. He was awarded the 1984 Nobel Peace Prize and headed South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
UCL Follett.
Nelson Mandela.
No? You lose 5 points.
Aberdeen Baird.
Steve Biko.
No, it was Desmond Tutu. 10 points for this. Born in 1890, the US radiologist Alan L. Hart pioneered the use of X-ray photography for the early detection of what bacterial disease? In the 30s and 40s, he established multiple screening centres, which he called chest clinics.
Aberdeen McCartney.
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis is correct. Your bonuses are on sports terminology. In which Winter Olympic sport are the following sets of terms used? Firstly, for 5 points, interference, drifting and crossover.
I think it might be ice hockey.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
It's speed skating. Second, D-rings, loading and bumpers.
That's bobsleigh.
Bobsleigh.
That's correct. And finally, biter, blank end and hog line.
Curling.
Curling.
Curling is correct. 10 points for this. Of the 3 saints whose traditional crosses are represented on the Union flag, which lived the earliest?
Aberdeen Baird.
St Andrew.
St Andrew is correct. These bonuses are on places in Spain settled by the Phoenicians. Name each from the description. First, the most populous city on the Costa del Sol, lying at the mouth of the Guadalmedina River. Remnants of a Phoenician fortification survive on Mount Gibralfaro in the city's historic centre.
Malaga. Malaga.
Correct. Secondly, a populous city of Andalusia, about 100 kilometres from Seville, situated on a long, narrow peninsula northwest of the Strait of Gibraltar. Its name comes from a Phoenician word meaning fort or enclosure.
Is it Cadiz?
I think it is Cordes, because I think they've got the tiles and stuff like that. And
Is
the
it Cadiz or
chests.
Cadiz?
Cordes, I think, but I could be wrong. Just say Cordes.
Cadiz.
Cadiz is correct. Finally, the third largest of the Balearic Islands, Phoenician ruins on the headland of Sa Caleta, are cited in the island's UNESCO World Heritage listing.
No, Balearic. But the third biggest. Mallorca will be biggest. Ibiza. And then it'll be Menorca. Menorca? Yeah? Menorca.
No, it's Ibiza. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a national flag. You will hear an audio description of the flag as well, and then the image will appear on your screens. For 10 points, I want you to name the country to which it belongs.
The image shows a rectangular flag. The field is divided into 2 equal parts. The left-hand side is green, and the right-hand side is white. In the centre of the flag is a red crescent, horns pointing to the right, with a red 5-pointed star between them.
Aberdeen Fahey.
Algeria.
Algeria is correct. Algeria became independent from France in 1962, and hence is the same age as University Challenge. For your bonuses, identify 3 more countries that gained independence in 1962, again from their national flags. Firstly...
That's Benin.
Benin? Benin?
I think it is, because I tried to study this one. That's what it's...
Yeah.
Good, Benin. Benin.
No, that is Samoa.
Okay.
Secondly, this one.
That's one of the Caribbean ones. Is that Antigua? Sure, it's a Caribbean one.
Which could it be? So there's name Caribbean islands, because I
Well,
think...
Antigua, Barbados. It's definitely not Trinidad Tobago.
Barbados, because it's not Bermuda.
Antigua was my first one, but it's just... Go for it. You okay with that? Yeah. Antigua?
No, it's Rwanda. And finally, this one?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
That's Jamaica, yeah. That's Jamaica. Jamaica.
That is Jamaica, yes. Pretty easy. 10 points for this. Name either of the two African countries that joined the Commonwealth in June 2022. One is a little smaller than Scotland and is situated between Ghana and Benin. The other is an oil-rich, sparsely populated country on the equator to the south of Cameroon.
UCL Lena.
Democratic Republic of Congo.
No? Anyone want to buzz from Aberdeen?
Aberdeen Baird.
Chad.
No, it's Togo or Gabon were the two I was looking for. 10 points for this. The 2022 shortlist for which award included 3 different educational institutions, a community centre, an office block and a block of flats in South London. The 2021 winner was Townhouse at Kingston University, London. I'll tell you that was the Sterling Prize. 10 points for this. I need a 3-letter word here. What interrogative word is formed by concatenating respectively the chemical symbols of the elements that combine to form water with the symbol of tungsten?
UCL French.
How?
How is correct. Well done. Hydrogen, oxygen and W. Well done. So you get a set of bonuses on European literature in 1922. In the same year as his death in Paris in 1922, which influential author's long novel sequence began to appear in English in translations by C.K. Scott Moncrief?
It's Marcel Proust.
Proust.
Correct. In 1922, which Bohemian-born poet completed his Duino Elegies? He's widely recognised as one of the most lyrically intense German language poets.
Rilke. Could it be Rilke? I don't know.
I think it
No.
could be Rilke.
You think it could? That's
It's worth a go.
2 for Rilke.
Rilke.
Yeah.
I haven't got it.
It's worth a try.
All right. Rilke.
Rilke is correct. Awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1922, Jacinto Benavente was a dramatist who wrote in what language?
Sounds Italian. Sounds Italian.
What about Italian?
I don't know.
No, I've never heard of it.
I don't know.
Shall we give it a go?
Go for it.
Italian.
No, it's Spanish. 10 points for this. Referring to a small insectivorous mammal of the family Talpidae, what word did John le Carré popularise?
UCL French.
Mole?
Mole is correct. You get 3 questions on film and the artist Edward Hopper. Which German director made 2 or 3 Things I Know About Edward Hopper, an installation film exploring Hopper's cinematic legacy? His 1980s films Hamlet and Paris, Texas have been described as brimming with Hopper-style Americana.
Paris, Texas.
Wim Wenders?
Is it Wim Wenders?
Wim Wenders?
Is it?
I don't know.
It's a very Dutch name.
It's a guess.
No, it's... I'm probably wrong, but try it.
You want to try that one?
Try what?
Oh, gosh.
Which one?
It's going to be so embarrassing.
We've been on -5 for a while. Nothing's going to be more embarrassing than that.
I just can't remember the name, but I think it might be. I'm probably wrong. It's an American filmmaker. Wim Wenders isn't.
Come on.
With Wim Wenders.
Yeah, just do it. It's going to be
Okay,
embarrassing
say it
anyway.
again for me.
Wim Wenders. It's a guess.
Wim Wenders.
Wim Wenders is correct.
There we go. Wow. See?
Hopper's works inspired much of the cinematography in which 2002 gangster film, directed by Sam Mendes. It starred Tom Hanks, Daniel Craig and Paul Newman in his last on-screen role.
No idea.
Sam Mendes, Tom Hanks, and who's the other person?
Paul Newman.
Paul
In
Newman.
his last role.
His last role. Gangster film. Tom Hanks,
He must
gangster.
have been the corpse.
Sam Mendes. He was the nice guy. He must have been the cop. He would have been the cop. What was Tom Hanks the cop?
Come on, let's have an answer, please.
Oh, it wasn't by him. I have no idea. Pass.
It's Road to Perdition. Hopper's 1925 painting, The House by the Railroad, served as a model for a location for which 1960 Hitchcock thriller?
Psycho?
Is it Psycho, or is
Psycho?
it Bates Motel? Is that? Was
Bates
that-
Motel is the motel in
In
Psycho.
Psycho. Oh, okay, so it's called Psycho.
The film is
Psycho. The film Psycho.
Yeah. Should we go with that?
I think it's a good guess.
Psycho.
Psycho is correct. Well done. Right, we're going to take a music round now. You're going to hear a piece of popular music. For 10 points, identify the artist performing.
Aberdeen Bad.
Elton John.
Elton John is correct. You heard Elton John's Rocket Man, a version of which was used by the USA's Nathan Chen in his gold-winning figure skating routine at the 2022 Winter Olympics. For your music bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more tracks used by medal-winning figure skaters at the same Olympics. 5 points for each artist you can name. Firstly...
Do you know who are the figure skaters? We can just... You don't know the figure skaters? Any of the British ones?
Can't think of any names.
Any of the Russians? Or do you know any of the... No, it's the actual figure skaters, yeah. No.
Sorry.
Come on.
We don't know.
It's the Commodores. Secondly, who's this?
It's Prince, isn't it?
No. That's the girls.
Is it Janet Jackson?
Janet Jackson? Janet Jackson? Janet Jackson? Janet Jackson?
It is Janet Jackson. Well done. Finally, who's this?
When you move, I move. I'm caught in your groove. Yeah, I'm gonna stay right next to you. Wherever you're going, I'm going to.
If you ever hurt, then I'm gonna bleed. But I'll pick you up and...
Come on, who was that by?
We don't know.
That was John Legend. 10 points for this. I need 2 answers promptly here. Having both previously written and starred in the TV series Psychoville, which 2 members of the League of Gentlemen are the creators of the anthology series Inside Number
Aberdeen
9?
Bad.
Steve Pemberton and Mark Gatiss.
No? You lose 5 points. Anyone want to buzz from UCL? It was Steve Pemberton and Reece Shearsmith. 10 points for this. I need a single word here. The COVID-19 pandemic has seen the increased development of vaccines that use mRNA to induce the production of proteins that trigger an adaptive immune response. For what does the letter M in mRNA stand?
Use Helena.
Messenger.
Messenger is correct. These bonuses are on slow-moving animals. Which slow-moving nocturnal mammal has a name derived from Malay words meaning rolling over, referring to its habit of curling into a ball when threatened? It is sometimes called the scaly anteater.
Hedgehog. Did it say hedgehog? Scaly anteater. Isn't it a hedgehog?
A hedgehog?
Hedgehog.
I can't remember the name.
Hedgehog.
Pangolin.
Could
Could be.
pangolin.
Could be.
Or a hedgehog.
Scaly anteater, pangolin.
Pangolin. You're the duet.
Yeah.
Come on.
Pangolin?
Pangolin is correct. Florida, Amazonian and West African are species of what large, slow-moving aquatic mammal similar to the dugong?
Manatee.
Oh, yes, dugong, yeah.
Manatee.
Manatee is correct. Slow and slender are genera of what primate similar to the lemur and native to Africa and Asia?
Loris. Loris.
Nominate Jess French.
Loris.
Loris is correct. 10 points for this. Following a failed attempt to reach the North Pole in 1918 via the Northeast Passage on the ship Maud, Who led the first expedition to reach the pole undisputedly in 1926?
Aberdeen Bad.
Amundsen.
Amundsen is correct. Well done. Your bonuses are on chemical reactions associated with Christmas dinner. Firstly, what name is given to the chemical process by which two immiscible liquids are combined, with one usually forming small droplets within the other? It commonly takes place during the making of gravy.
It's just that when you shoot together oil and vinegar or something. It's not emulsification, is it? That's when they mix in, isn't it? That's like mayonnaise. So this is like...
When the gravy granules gets mixed in, what's that?
Come on.
I don't make me gravy. So, dissolution.
What is it?
Yeah, say that.
What is it
What
about?
did you say? Or emulsification? Put emulsification.
Emulsification.
Emulsification is correct. Secondly, which French chemist gives his name to the reaction that turns meat brown during the cooking process, being a reaction between proteins and a reducing sugar at high temperatures?
Cuisson.
Cuisson.
That's a word I know from cooking.
Cuisson. Cuisson.
That's Maillard. Which scientific name is given to the rapid thermal oxidation that occurs when, for example, a candle is lit?
I don't know. How would you describe it? Ignition.
Ignition.
It's combustion, or I would have accepted incineration. Right, we're going to take a picture around now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a horizontal bar chart showing seats gained in a 2022 national election. You will hear an audio description of the chart, and then you'll see the image on your screens. For 10 points, simply name the country to which it applies.
The image shows a horizontal bar graph titled House of Representatives Election, May 2022. The bars are labelled as follows: Independent, 10 seats; Greens, 4 seats; LNP Coalition, 58 seats; Labour, 77 seats.
Aberdeen Bad.
It's Australia.
It is Australia, yes. Following that chart of the Australian lower house election, your picture bonuses are 3 more charts showing the results of events in 2022. In each case, I need the name that's missing. Firstly, for 5 points, which country heads this table?
Beijing medals table. It's got to be China, right? No.
It's Olympics, is it? So
Canada.
2022.
Beijing 22. Was that winter?
Yeah.
Canada.
Norway. Yeah.
Norway.
Norway is correct. Which country is third in this list?
Who watched it? Come on.
Oh, Serbia, Sweden, Ukraine. It was it Spain?
I think it's
Spain.
Yeah, I was going to say Spain, but I could be
Spain.
wrong.
It was Spain. You have no shame in saying that you watched it.
We love it.
Finally, what is the missing film here?
I know, if I don't get this. Belfast was up last year. Power of the Dog. Oh, it was Chloe Zhao. Nomadland? Was it Nomadland?
No, it was Dune. 10 points for this. Boy with a Basket of Fruit, Boy Bitten by a Lizard, and Bacchus are among an early series of half-length portraits by which artist born in Milan in 1571?
Aberdeen McCartney.
Rembrandt.
No? Anyone want to buzz from UCL?
UCL Follett.
Goya.
No, they're by Caravaggio. 10 points for this. What 5-letter word is both the final word in the English translation of the Communist Manifesto and also the name of the UK's largest trade union?
Aberdeen Bad.
Aslef?
No?
UCL Follett.
Unite.
Correct, well done. 3 questions on philosophers born in the 19th century. In each case, name the philosopher from the information given. Firstly, born in England in 1806, his works include The Subjugation of Women, On Liberty and Principles...
J.S. Mill. No, what? Sorry.
It's okay, you're very excited.
I'm getting overexcited. John Stuart Mill.
John Stuart Mill.
That's correct. Born in Denmark in 1813, his works include Fear and Trembling, Either Or, and The Concept of Dread. sometimes described as the father of existentialism, he wrote extensively on the role of subjectivity in religion.
I think it's Kierkegaard. I think so. Kierkegaard.
I feel good about that.
Okay. Kierkegaard.
Kierkegaard is correct. Born in Germany in 1844, his works include Beyond Good and Evil, Human, All Too Human, and Thus Spake Zarathustra.
Nietzsche.
He's known for an early association with the composer Richard Wagner, which in later years became an intellectual feud.
It's Nietzsche.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche is correct. 10 points for this. In particle physics, the massive spinless boson of the field that breaks the electroweak symmetry is usually designated by the name of which British physicist who, along with Robert Brout and Francois Englert, predicted its existence before it was first observed in...
Aberdeen McCartney.
Higgs boson.
Higgs is correct. You get 3 questions on birds in Shakespeare's tragedies. I will wear my heart upon my sleeve for daws to peck at. I am not what I am. Which of Shakespeare's antagonists says these words in the first scene of the play?
Antagonist.
Come on.
Antagonist.
Come on.
He's not antagonist.
You've got to get a move on.
You're right. Do apologise.
What is it?
No, you've had too long. It's Iago in Othello. I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw. Which of Shakespeare's title characters says those words, possibly referring to a heron?
Title characters.
Hamlet.
Yeah, go for it.
Hamlet.
Hamlet is correct. In which tragedy does the fool say, the hedge sparrow fed the cuckoos so long that it had its head bit off by its young? Later in the play, the title figure speaks of his pelican daughters.
Are we allowed to answer?
No, you're not. Far too long. King Lear, that was, of course. Right, and at the Gong, UCL have 85. The University of Aberdeen, though, have 115. Congratulations to you. You won't go through as one of the highest scoring winning teams, unfortunately. Thank you very much indeed, all of you. So that's it. I hope you can join us next time for the last heat of this series. But until then, it's goodbye from University College London.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from the University of Aberdeen.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.